What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
What's up, guys? Boy Benny. So this is nothing against Irish people. I married an Irish girl after all. But if you have a Mick in front of your name, if you have Mick McConnell, Mick McCarthy, McDaniel, Ronna, Mitch, or Kevin, you done here. You're out. Mitch McConnell announced that he is resigning today, effective in November, which is kind of a ridiculous way to do it. Why not resign right now? That's because he wants to help Joe Biden try and win the presidency again. Mitch McConnell is a total traitor to our party, and the internet is rejoicing. Trump allies rejoicing, yours truly included, at the news that Mitch McConnell will step down, viewing his departure as a final step of total MAGA takeover of the Republican Party. Well done. Hell yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are like very, very tired of Mitch McConnell's, you can't even call it leadership. It's not leadership. It's betrayal, cloak and dagger backstabbing of the actual voters and the movement that got him into office. Or actually, we didn't get him into office. We didn't get him anywhere. Mitch McConnell's been in office for over 40 years. Mitch McConnell is a fossil. What Mitch McConnell has just done shouldn't be allowed, ladies and gentlemen. You shouldn't be able to serve this long. There should be term limits. If you vote for a war, you should have to fight in that war, or send one of your family members with bearing your last name to fight in the front lines of that war. And if you're in your 80s, you are going to be passing laws and making legislation that will not affect you. That's a terrible incentive structure. You are going to leave the country worse. It's called a gerontocracy. It's called rule of the old. And it's a horrible way to lose your country. Okay, so all that serious stuff out of the way, it's great to have memes of Mitch McConnell.
The border security bill is off the table. You don't have to snap at me. Wait, what if we fill a moat along the border with snapping turtles? I can ask some of my distant relatives if they're available, but to be honest, I'm not sure if they're up to it. Personally, I just like to retreat back into my shell whenever there's drama like this going on.
Mitch McConnell retreating into his shell seconds ago on the Senate floor.
After all this time, I still get a thrill walking into the Capitol.
Do you?
And especially on this venerable floor, knowing that we, each of us, have the honor to represent our states and do the important work.
What important work has Mitch McConnell done? Let's go ahead and check the record here. Mitch McConnell is resigning in November. This is a good news for the GOP, but here are 7 facts about his tenure, 40-plus year tenure in the Senate. National debt soared more than $30 trillion. Open borders continued. Real wages remained stagnant. Obamacare enacted. Big banks bailed out. Social media companies silenced individuals without repercussions. Dr. Anthony Fauci remained unaccountable for lying to that Senate chamber. Mitch McConnell was in charge of all of these things. Mitch McConnell was the Republican leader for the vast majority of these things, or at the very least, continuation of these horrible policies. It's the national debt thing that really just we cannot. I don't expect Mitch McConnell to ever understand like social media and the censor. We're going to need a younger generation to understand point 6 here. But this is something that all people of all ages can understand. This is why you cannot have people in their 80s running for or serving in office, because they will not suffer they're going to be totally corrupted and concerned about their legacies and not concerned about the futures of their children, middle-class Americans just trying to raise a family. Working-class Americans just trying to raise a family. Dumbass Mitch McConnell. Good riddance. Should have resigned a long time ago. Let's check some of the reactions online. I'm a total on background. A group of senators were seriously considering, behind closed doors, another push to replace McConnell for his border betrayals. And the announcement is timed because his staff sensed rebellions in the wind. Many reporters are saying this now. Josh Hawley, straight up. Leroy Jenkins, this shit. I called on McConnell to step down over a year ago. This is good news. Why'd he wait so long? We need new leadership now, says base Josh Hawley. McConnell is the only one that needs to step down. Everyone in leadership who voted for the Ukraine aid without border security, Thune, Cornyn, they all need to step down. It's time for actual conservatives to lead the GOP in the Senate. Yes. Rick Scott, not John Thune. Be prepared for the next battle. Next battle is going to be Cucky John Thune. Guy who claims to be from South Dakota, never been to South Dakota. He's never been to South Dakota. John Thune is a complete fraud and a total and complete betrayer of Republican majorities, Republican priorities in the majority. Babylon B having some fun with this. McConnell returns to the sea. Yeah, we are gonna. I mean, we will miss the turtle memes. People who won't miss Mitch McConnell are the people of Kentucky who obviously don't like Mitch McConnell. Here's what happened when Mitch McConnell tried to give a speech in Kentucky. They are chanting "Retire." Guess he finally heard him. Mark Levin saying it is beyond critical that not one of McConnell mummies become the next GOP leader in the Senate. McConnell mummies, gross. Look at this guy. He really does look, I mean, he looks just like a turtle. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell stepped down as Republican leader. He's been a senator since 1985. That's longer than I've been alive. He was born in 1942. He's 82 years old. He's reported net worth of $35 million. How did he get so rich? Wow. So interesting. And you know, his wife is a public servant as well. Served in the Bush administration and Trump administration. McConnell is the epitome of the swamp and despises any and every American who holds on to power this long. That's exactly right. It's anti-American, to be quite honest. Really is. So what was Mitch McConnell doing on the eve of his resignation? He was twisting the arm of Mike Johnson, the leader in the House, telling him that he needs to forget about the border. Johnson talked about the border at the White House. This is in a room with Joe Biden and Chuck Schumer. But McConnell told him to put the border aside and focus on the supplemental, which essentially just gave hundreds of billions of dollars to foreign nations. So neocons are going to neocon. Neocons are just people who love other countries more than Americans. The difference between the neocon is that they are America last, we are America first. Paul Ryan is gone. Liz Cheney is gone. Mitt Romney is gone. Adam Kinzinger is gone. Kevin McCarthy's gone. Ron McDaniel is gone. Mitch McConnell's gone. That's what I call a movement, boys. Wow. So McCarthy, McDaniel, McConnell. Better days are ahead for the Republican Party. Well done. Matt Gaetz cheering. Man does not miss. Whoo, baby. Vivek Ramaswamy, a couple of days ago, tweeted, Rana, next up Mitch, it's time. And there you go. See you later. There are two factions in the GOP, establishment neocons and MAGA. Establishment neocons are dropping like flies. Paul Ryan, John McCain, Ron McDaniel, Nikki Haley, and now Mitch McConnell. Neoconservatism is dead. MAGA is taking over. America first is the future. Truth, ladies and gentlemen. DC Drano, who's been sort of the front of the tip of the spear when it comes to fighting against these rhinos, these neocons, it's been ugly and uncomfortable taking back the Republican Party from the grip of the globalist warmongers. Media and Democrats took joy in watching our infighting. But we the people ultimately won this hard-fought battle. Democrat voters are stuck with no ability to even vote for someone other than Biden and are controlled by Pelosi, Schumer, and Soros. But Republicans took out Ronna, Mitt Romney, McCarthy, and McConnell. And on top of it, we have Trump as the nominee again. The years of fighting have been worth it. We the people control the Republican Party. Soon we will control the United States of America. And God bless the American First Movement for saving the country from the Marxists. Could not agree more, ladies and gentlemen. The memes of Mitch McConnell being a turtle will not get old. I've already played you this video of him, people booing. There is another time where Mitch McConnell probably very, very much wished he had the capacity to hold his head inside of his body. And that's when his head just stopped working. Just like a lump of Joe Biden soft serve, Mitch McConnell's prefrontal cortex just like went into retreat.
Thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
Oh, there you go. See ya. He's gone. He gone.
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026?
Barbara Battleaxe coming in.
All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator. Benny.
Calling in security.
Okay.
Somebody else have a question? Please speak up.
Please speak up. It's your fault. Your fault. You didn't talk loud enough. Oh, really? Why does it keep happening? There he goes. See ya. There he goes, staring off into the middle distance. This is what happens when you have these absolute cretinous, degenerate fossils running the country. Term limits now. Term limits now. So you see this? This is John Barrasso. Watch his hand. This guy's a doctor. He's a physician. He checks Mitch's pulse. He's like, is Mitch, like, is something horrible happening to him? Like, is he passing out? Like, he checks his pulse. Watch. Look at his hand.
Do you want to say anything else to the press?
Look at these guys. Oh my God. What an embarrassment. You know, we talk a lot about Joe Biden's age, and it would be totally intellectually dishonest for us to not, like, rip Mitch McConnell. We have ripped Mitch McConnell on this. How utterly fraudulent for us to not say, like, Mitch McConnell has to go too. Like, at least we're intellectually consistent. Democrats have to just, like, whistle Dixie and say that nothing's wrong with Joe Biden. As Joe Biden craps his pants, falls down the stairs backwards, forgets who he is, forgets who his son is, forgets who his wife is, goes to an Alice Cooper concert, thinks it's Jill Biden performing. Mitch McConnell hospitalized after fall in D.C. hotel. Did you know that just a year ago, Mitch McConnell fell down the stairs of the old Trump hotel in D.C.? And then he broke some ribs and was hospitalized for weeks on end? Interesting that. Curious that Mitch McConnell, of course, never went there when Donald Trump was president. Mitch McConnell has become sort of a meme. Who is taking longer to answer a question here? Nathan Wade or Mitch McConnell?
To Space Out, the game of who can freeze up and space out the longest. And we're off. We have a winner. Congrats, Nate. You're not completely gone.
Man, we have a lot of fun at our show. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our producers tweeting this. Mitch McConnell announces retirement plans. Going to be eating carrots in the zoo. All joking aside, Mitch McConnell is a dirty traitor. This is while Joe Biden is the resident of the White House. Mitch McConnell literally hugging Joe Biden, hugging this neo-Marxist who is here to destroy America. The absolute epitome of the opposite of what it looks like to conserve anything in this nation. Mitch McConnell is gripping hands and doing the bidding of Joe Biden in the Senate. What a sick, old, dirty bastard. Man, I hate this guy. Mitch McConnell says, I think we can all agree the most important thing in the world is Ukraine. Mitch McConnell, the leader of a Republican party in America, says, well, our country just, like, the wheels are just coming off. Just name the thing. Everything's going horrible in this country. Mitch McConnell is greatly responsible for it. And he has the bloody cheek to stand there and say the most important thing in the world happening right now is Ukraine. Despicable. Despicable. We're happy the people of Kentucky finally got what they want as they scream for Mitch McConnell to retire and resign. One of the worst things that we ever saw reported about Mitch McConnell happened on Tucker Carlson's show when Tucker Carlson got a leak from the United States Senate that Mitch McConnell was threatening impeachment of Donald Trump, saying that all Republicans would vote to impeach Donald Trump. Why? Oh, if Donald Trump pardoned somebody who exposed the deep state. That just goes to show you that the uniparty, ladies and gentlemen, is alive and well and in total control of the Republican Party. And this is why it is important that we continue to get rid of these sick, utterly possessed, totally depraved creatures like Mitch McConnell. Send them back to the Galapagos turtle exhibit, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Tucker Carlson's shocking reporting about the pardon of Julian Assange, why it didn't happen, and how Mitch McConnell threatened the impeachment of a Republican president over it. Watch.
We're hearing tonight that neither man, particularly Julian Assange, we don't know if this is true, is likely to get a pardon. Why? Well, apparently because Republicans in the Senate, and by Republicans in the Senate we mean Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, the leader of Republicans in the Senate, has sent word over to the White House, if you pardon Julian Assange, we are much more likely to convict you in an impeachment trial. Now, is it legal to hold that over a president's head? We're not lawyers. We don't know. It's certainly wrong. But more than that, it tells you everything about their priorities. At a time when this country in some ways is coming apart, we're at a pivot point in American history. And if you're watching this show, you probably feel pretty threatened, and for good reason. There are people on the other channels saying they're going to hunt you down like a terrorist. At that moment, what is Mitch McConnell, your designated defender in the United States Senate, worrying about? He's worrying about protecting the uniparty in Washington, not his party and the Democratic Party in permanent Washington. They're the reason both these men have been locked up, because both these men embarrassed permanent Washington. That's their crime. And his priority in the final hours of the Trump administration is to make certain that they remain punished for doing that. It tells you everything. We don't know what's going to happen in the end. We've got a number of hours left for the president to make that decision. But we want you to know how that decision is being made, because it's deeply revealing.